Greetings, earthbound travelers. Boy, it's been a while since I've said that. Welcome to the first episode of the Saturday night Will of the Dice game, Sins of Blood. Spooky. I am Tyr the DM. I am the world's okayest DM, and I will be your guide to this cacophony of clusterfuckery. Before we begin, we have some announcements to make. First and foremost, we are for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Secondly, we are in no way, shape, form affiliated with any TTRPG creators, publishers, or manufacturers. We're just a group of friends get together to get our geek on and share that with you. Thirdly, this is the important one. We are not ignoring you. Most of us do not watch chat while we're playing. Some of us do, some don't. Please do not think anyone's ignoring you. We're just focusing on playing the game. Glock.
Yes.
Dices.
Hi, gamers. I'm Locke Clark, and I'm going to talk to you about our partners in this endeavor, Level Up Dice, fine purveyors of luxury dice for all your sexy dice needs. Look, guys, I'm going to level with you. We're real close to a goal. These dice pucks that we've given away before, I don't know if you remember them. They're really cool. They look like this. They're metal, and inside they've got a set of D6s, all anodized aluminum with our logo on them. They're really cool. And you know what? If we can sell 5 more things through our link, just 5 of $25 or more, we hit a new level with Level Up Dice, and they're going to give us 50 sets of those, and we're going to give a bunch of them away during the games. So if you want us to be able to give away cool dice to you, head over to Level Up Dice, use our portal to get there, and go buy something. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be big. We just need 5 of you to do it. And then we have lots of dice to give away to people, and it'll be really cool. That link is https://bit.ly/L, U, D, Will of the Dice, all one word. That is bit.ly/LUD, Will of the Dice. Go check out what they've got. Find something. Buy something. It helps us out a lot and lets us give free shit away to you that you're going to want. Also, we would like to thank the musicians who provide music for tonight's show. Those musicians are Kevin MacLeod. They are Michael Gelfi. They are Epidemic Sound. They are Dwergar. And they are Peculiar Patrick, our very own Patrick. I did that backwards totally from what you asked me to do, Patrick, and I apologize. I'll get there. Take 3. Can we, we're not live, right? We can take that again?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, 2.
Go ahead.
Greetings, gamers. It's Raph the Mad here to speak to you about Patreon. If you're not on our Patreon, you need to be on our Patreon because there's a whole new season of fuckery coming up. If you're on our Patreon, you get to vote on things that could happen, like wild magic. What will the wild magic storms do, especially since there's rumored to be a wild magic sorceress running around somewhere? Also, it supports this stream, and we could use your support. And you get to listen to us at the interviews afterwards to ask us why exactly we did that silly thing we did in the after the roll clips from Patreon. So please go out to Patreon, look for Will of the Dice, sign up. It takes just a few bucks a month, and it helps us out immensely.
That's our announcements. Let's make some introductions. Oh, I forgot an announcement. I'll get to that later. Go ahead and let's do the introductions. That's you, Raph.
Oh, that's right. We start from the bottom first. Right. Greetings, gamers. I am Raph the Mad, and tonight I'll be playing the voice of Sarek the Blade. He's an old sellsword, a dragonborn, larger size, very quiet of voice, and he's kind of tired these days. So we'll see what happens tonight.
And where can they find you, Raph?
Oh, that's right. You can find me on Twitter at BLKDragon13,000.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ren Matley, and tonight I'm going to be introducing Nan. Nan is a 5-foot tall elf with brown hair and eyes, lightly tanned skin, wearing plain, sort of poorly fitting clothing, and really keeps to herself a lot. See if she comes out of her shell for these guys. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi, gamers. I'm still Clark, and tonight I will be introducing you to Lazarian. I'm he, him. Lazarian is they, them. Laz is 5'5", blue-black hair. They have it is shaved around the sides and back. They have very pale skin. They have slightly pointed ears, mismatched eyes. Their one eye is a white sclera, a amber iris, and a black pupil. The other one is a black sclera with a red iris and a black pupil. They have lots of scars that are very faintly visible that appear to be some sort of archaic writing done in white, transversing over the scars. And they keep to themselves a whole lot. And you can find me on the Book of Faces and the Twitter Patients at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Patrick, and my pronouns are he, they. And the characters tonight that I am going to be portraying / voicing is Dreft Weiterkin. His pronouns are he, him. He is slightly shorter than the average human. He's a little on the thinner side. He's got stark white hair pulled up into a tight ponytail, matching his skin tone, which is also pure bone white. He is a member of the exchange program with Angamora, and he's dressed in simple black clothing, and he's traveling to the Keep Gregorgarian at the wishes of his mistress, and he hopes to make her proud. And you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
As I said at the beginning of this, I'm Tier the DM, world's okayest DM. My pronouns are he, him. Guys, it's been a bit. We're glad to be back. As always, tonight's safe word is porcelain. And do we have any requests before we get started?
Not a request, but I totally forgot my pronouns, and I'm so sorry. My name is Ren. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to be playing Nan, whose pronouns are she, they.
Yes, and again, I'm Raph. I am he, him, and I'm playing Sarek, who is also he, him.
All right. What do you say, guys? Shall we, guys, gals, non-binary pals? Shall we do this thing?
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
Let's do it.
Ooh, popsicles.
Let us begin. Welcome to Runeth Kesha. The year is 1369, the second counting. It's been 30 years since the Day of Shadow, a time when Angramora, guided by the hand of Prophet Zakez, almost consumed the world in darkness. It was a time of uncertainty. It was also a time in 30 years that has become viewed less and less as the threat it was and more of folklore. Time has continued its forward march, and the arrogance of people have allowed lessons that should have been passed on to generation to simply be forgotten. In Sharkandor, life remains mostly rural, and the ways of the warmonger rejected. The Cantons remain independent, and their alliances hold. The sword of hope and the despair that came with those days centuries ago, not forgotten. Progress turns in some reaches. Cape Hope, once a sleepy port, now a thriving mecca of trade. The port of call for those heading to the lost island of Istrazilian. Once more, the dwarven hammers ring under the Ragnakarn Mountains, the dwarven kingdom of Kostondula, cemented beneath the snowcaps. Frenya, while remaining a province of Taladagarios, the Minotaur Kingdom, influenced by that motherland, has forsaken the caste system that held so many in the grip of oppression. But we go beyond the Ragnakarn Mountains, beyond the realm of the dwarf, beyond the tall grass of the Urvelt Plains. We go north to the frosted lands where the elk rider tribes make their nomadic journey, where snow devours and consumes so much of what was once there, forgotten. We go now to the edge of the earth to a place known as Keep Gregorgarian, once the main citadel of the blood hunters, now having been laid unused, untouched for 30 years, has become a simple piece of the nature, covered in snow and ice. Only a few makeshift tunnels of some origin winding through the buildings of various sizes, the rest encased. And this is where we start our tale, for you see, this tale begins at the edge of the world. It is a piece that gathers together those that wish to be beyond the scope of civilization. We start in a tent, the wind howling and blowing as a blizzard has come through. It is cold. It is nighttime, and it is horribly cold. The type of cold that chills you deep to the bone, to where it is hard to warm even next to the fire. It is the type of cold that makes you remember warmth longingly. It is a howling wind that cuts through the canvas, the cold chill still daring to fight against what heat can be mustered. There on the table, bottles of inks and lamps bright, flesh smudged with ink stains as idle hands brushed away strands of hair or momentary itches. What do we see there inking the map, Ren?
You see an elf, sort of slender in figure, plain brown hair, very focused on what she's doing. She's done all her sketches in probably a charcoal pencil and is now going over everything carefully, inking and labeling the maps that she's making, and probably talking to herself as if having a conversation with nobody.
And so it goes. You working at your maps, the blizzard raging, knowing that there is no escape at this time as the passes south are completely unpassable. Nan is there, sequestered alone as they prefer. I need a perception check.
Oh, shit. Okay. It's a 13 on the die. 17.
Thank you. I'll make note of that.
Motherfucker.
Already with the notes of notes.
There is a scratching at the tent wall as someone speaks softly. Hell, my lady.
Oi, who's that?
A small elfin lad will stick his head through the tent flaps carrying a tray of stew and coffee and bread. You missed mess again, my lady.
Oh, I am sorry. I'm just trying to get this map done before it gets any colder.
Dr. Diffelheim said that I needed to bring you food, my lady.
I do appreciate it. You can just sit here on the table.
Okay, my lady. He will set the table, awkwardly bow, stand next to the fire for a moment, shivering, knowing that he's got to go back out into the howling blizzard.
And I've told you before, you don't need to call me milady. I'm not
Okay,
milady.
my lady. I
Thank you.
want to be a knight, and knights call everyone my lady or my lord. That's what it says on the 2 copper readers.
I see. Well, thank you kindly.
And he will rush out into the storm. Does Nan eat?
She'll probably work at her map for just a few more minutes at least, and then pick at the food as she's working. Sip at her coffee. Which means I'm probably getting poisoned because he asked specifically if I was eating it.
And from there, we will go to outside in the elements, the snow blocking vision more than 5 feet in front of you, the wind cutting and biting and gnawing with its cold fangs, your ears ringing as the howling. Sarak, what do people see?
They see a large form of a dragonborn with bronze scales, green slitted pupils, standing 6'9" and well over 300 pounds, wearing chainmail armor, a large winter cloak, a large greatsword on his back, and 2 long white pearl horns on top of his head, and a little knit cap on top of that because it's cold. And you see him stalking a path through the snow as he does his rounds, does his watch. Only the way he's keeping track of where he's at is the snowpack that he's put as his path as he's moved among the tents and around the wall, keeping an eye on everything on his shift. He does not stop. He has been cold. He'll be cold again, hopefully. And then he looks forward to the end of his shift where he can try and get warm.
Make a perception check.
14 plus 2, 16.
Let me make a note of that. All right.
And he's just continuing to walk.
It is cold, but Dreft is, or not Dreft, but Sarek is no stranger to the cold. He has been all over the plains, selling his sword here and there. He will endure this and be warm again, he is certain. We travel now to another tent. Dreft, what is going on in your tent?
Dreft is just furiously scribbling in one of his notebooks, recounting the day in as much detail as possible, as he is almost obsessive about trying to keep track of journals. You'll see his tent is very orderly. The only thing on we have like cots on our tents.
Yes.
The only thing on his cot you would see is a bag. It looks very, very old, much older than him. And you will see him reach into the bag, mutter something in infernal, and will pull out another piece of paper as he jots down a note and puts it back into the bag.
I need a intelligence check, please, Dreft.
As a 16.
I need everyone but Dreft to earmuff, please.
That's early.
Dreft, if you can look very concerned at this point so that your people will think there is something to be cause for alarm, then just say something, it doesn't matter what, so the audience at home can...
Yes, look very concerned and confused and concerned, mostly for their sake, yes. Mm-hmm.
So at this time, I will bring the rest of the players back.
Oh, I thought this was going to be something spooky.
Please make a perception check.
You got it. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. That is a 10.
That's 10. Thank you. Draft, you will hear a voice. It is a voice that you heard once before on the journey to Keep Gregorgarian. When the fire came alive and a vision caught your mind. She calls, the voice whispers. She calls.
So Draft prepares himself to receive the call.
And yet nothing happens.
Draft will sigh and go back to keeping track of his day. Because if there's one thing that his mistress has taught him, it's that he needs to be as detailed as possible.
And that will bring us to Laz. Laz, in a very unaccustomed tent, you find yourself the myth lord of Keep Gregorgarian, the one who knows the most of this forgotten citadel. The warmth or the cold doesn't seem to bother you as much for some reason. The warmth seems to almost shy away. But as you are there in your tent, what will the people see?
I think Laz is very uncomfortable in their. They're uncomfortable with having other people in the keep in general. They've been haunting this place long enough that they got used to being solitary, and now to have been pushed out of the keep and into a tent, and having other people on the grounds and that they have to keep track of and possibly be social with is very off-putting to them. So they're very fidgety. They keep picking things up, things that are in the tent but don't actually belong to them. Things that were just put here, picking them up, fiddling with them, setting them back down, pacing back and forth, and then finally they just grab their cloak, throw it on over their very military style jacket, and the cloak has a white fur mantle. Pull the hood up, walk out of the tent, and are going to be just as far away from the folk as possible right now because the tent's just uncomfortable.
Laz, can I have your armor class, please?
It's a 17.
Oh. Whether it's by fortune's fury or fortune's favor, the bloodied spear misses you by a breath as you see a hyena head looking monstrosity there in front of you, surprised to see you. At this point, it cries out this loud, cackling noise that you can even hear in Ren's background.
Sorry, kids.
No, it's fine. I was just having a little fun. Roll initiative, please.
All right. Hey, don't fuck me, Ustad.
And you all can roll initiative and join me in Owlbear.
That is 9. 9. Plus
Today's
13.
map is brought to you by Tier Tornado. You rolled a 9.
I rolled a 9, but with my plus, my initiative is 12.
Well,
Wow, those tokens look so good.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, I want to give a big shout out to InSketch. That's at in_sketch. They are the artists that did our character work. Amazing.
Yes, they're wonderful.
You'll be seeing that artwork come into items on our store soon. So yeah. All right, Laz,
Yes.
you are standing toe to toe with this creature, this hyena head looking monstrosity. Missed the first time, comes back and shoots again with the spear. That is an 18 to hit.
That will just hit me, yes.
I had to make sure that damage was right. I'm so used to sending high level creatures against you that a single die damage was like, what? Is that all it does? That'll be 5 points of piercing damage.
Oh, ow! The hell? Yeah, so, do I have anything I can do as a reaction? New character, folks. Oh, hey, yeah, that. I do that. Hellish Rebuke.
All right.
It hit me. Fuck him.
Go ahead and read that off to me.
Casting time, one reaction. You take in response to being damaged by a creature that you are within 60 feet of and that you can see. I point my finger at the creature that damaged you. That creature is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. Must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, takes 2d10 fire damage, half as much on a successful save. And that save DC is 15.
They got a 14, so they'll be taking the damage.
All right, and that is 3d10. Ooh, yeah.
I thought it was 2d10.
It is. Why does it say 3? Oh, that's it. Oh, that's why. I'm a warlock. I can't cast it at anything other than my max.
Oh, I got you.
So I have to cast it as a level 2 spell, which means it does an extra die of damage.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that is 7, 8, 15, and that is a 9. I rolled a 7, 8, and a 9. Okay. So 15, 24 points of damage.
24. And it will collapse in a heaping pile of flaming death at your feet.
Yeah, Laz, anyone who can see this, or yeah, I don't think anyone is in range to see this currently, but maybe a couple of the other gnolls. Like, I just point at the damn thing after it hits me, and just snarling back at it, and it just erupts into flames and then falls dead.
Get some battle music going here. It's been a while since I've done this, guys. I'm rusty.
It's okay. The wind sounds were great. They were very mood set.
Yeah, they really were.
Draft.
Um,
You will be sitting in your tent when suddenly you will hear a loud roar and a creature will burst through. Go ahead and give me your initiative.
my initiative was a 13.
The creature will take its spear and stab at you, growling and snarling. That is a 13 to hit.
It's a miss.
All
Just-
right.
Just barely, so he'd probably move out. He'd probably like stab the chair, and he's like got out of the chair.
Sarek, you will have two of them charge you. What did you roll for initiative?
I rolled a 16.
And go ahead and tell me what you rolled, man.
19.
Sarek, you are not surprised when these creatures come. So you'll get to attack first. Go ahead.
Yes. How rude. As he pulls his greatsword from his back, steps back. He's going to, as a bonus action, activate his fighting spirit, which gives him advantage on this attack, plus an additional 5 temporary hit points. And swing his greatsword at null number 5.
Alrighty.
Oh, I get advantage. That's a little better. 8 plus 7 is 15.
So 15
Mm-hmm.
just hits.
All right, he does 2d6 plus 5 damage. He does 11 points of damage to that null.
All right. Is that your turn? Or do you have a second attack?
Nope, just one attack. That'll be my turn.
All right. Laz, from your vantage point, you can see that the stone building where your food stores have been kept has been infiltrated, and a group of these creatures, which you can give me a insight check to see if you know what they are.
That is a 12, and my insight is plus 3, 15.
These are gnolls. Way the hell out of their jurisdiction. They usually don't come this far north. They're gnolls.
All right.
So you can see that. Starting into normal initiative, we'll go with see the gnolls. Draft.
Draft will just spit a curse, an infernal at the knoll, and they need to make an intelligence saving throw, DC 14, as he does a mind sliver against them.
So I rolled a natural 2. They have -2 on their intelligence modifiers.
Even better. So with that, that means he will take, oh, perfect, 6 psychic damage, and they minus a d4 from their next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And that is the
So that's part of that again.
it's a d4 minus to their next saving throw by the end of my next turn.
Okay. What's damage?
That was for 6 psychic damage.
6 psychic. All right.
And I believe that is everything. Let me double check on my bonus action stuff here. No, that's it. That is all that's all Jeff is gonna do this time.
So that being your turn, the creature looking very confused, not sure where the damage to their brain come from. Not looking as sure as it once was about the prey before it. That will bring up Laz.
So, Null 3 is dead, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I will remove him from the
So I'm going to bonus action. Does that actually let me know where they're at? No, it just gives me bonus. Okay. So I'm gonna, as a bonus action, I'm gonna pick Knoll 1, and wait, actually, hold on. Sorry, new character. Do I need to take anything to call forth my weapon? No, it takes an action. Yeah, I guess that's going to be my action this turn. As an action, I drop my hand down to my side, and a sword just appears in my hand, swirls with green energy for a moment, and then I raise the sword up and I point it at Knoll number 1, and Hexblade's Curse.
All right. What does Hexblade's Curse do?
Hexblade's Curse. Once per short rest, as a bonus action, I choose one creature that I can see within 30 feet, and I curse it for 1 minute or until it dies, I die, or I'm incapacitated. Against the cursed target, you gain +2 bonus to damage rolls and score a critical hit on a 19 or 20, and if the creature dies, I regain 8 hit points.
Very cool.
And I guess I will go ahead and take movement. So I will move. I'll move up to here just to sort of parry them.
Okay, so for those playing the Listen at Home game, he's moved north about 30 feet and looking to intercept the 2 gnolls that have the food supply.
Yes.
All right, Nan, perception check, please, to see if you hear this combat that's going on.
Fair. Fucking rolled a 1.
Nan has no idea what's going on.
I'm very focused on this map.
Very focused
Very.
on the map. All right, Sirach.
Yes, seeing that he's surrounded by 2 gnolls at this point, he's going to let out a loud, bull-throated roar and continue his attack on 5, hopefully alerting the rest of the camp to the combat that is going on.
Give me a performance roll. Let's see how loud this roar is.
13.
13. That's pretty loud. All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
15 plus 7 is 22.
That will hit.
4, 5, 10 points of damage on Knoll number 5 again.
All right. Is that your turn?
I believe so. Yes, at this point, yes.
That'll bring up the gnolls. Your loud roar causing them to pause for just a moment before they turn back to that ferocious predator scavenger that they are. Laz, number 2, dispatching from the food stores that they were stealing, charging at you with its spear. That is a 22 to hit. Does that hit, Laz? You're muted, sir.
Yes, that hits me.
That is 7 points of piercing damage.
Fucker.
Number 1, dropping the food and letting his wrist bow fly. We're rolling 9.
That does not hit.
All right. The arrow caught in the wind, spinning ass over end off to the side. The blizzard just too far or too hard for projectiles. Draft, the gnoll will take another stab at you again. That is a 2.
Jeff just like steps out of the way again.
All right. Rock, number 5. That was a natural 20.
Ow! Rude.
$17 points of piercing damage.
Ouch. -5, so 12.
Number 6 will take a stab at you. That is a 9.
9 does not hit.
Draft.
Okay. With this thing still in his face, he's just gonna shout again. Another curse and infernal at it. Casting Mind Sliver again. It's a cantrip.
And it has a disadvantage on the save.
No,
What-
it is a D4 minus to the save.
Is it at the end of your turn or the start of your turn?
End of my turn.
Okay. So that is an
So
11 minus 2 is 9 minus 1 is 8. It rolled an 8.
It's a 14 DC, so it will suffer. Dun, dun, dun. I'm doing that is the Mind Sliver. It will take another D6 damage, so it'll roll a 6. So 6 psychic damage, and it still has that minus 1d4 from the next saving throw before the end of my next turn. How is this thing looking?
It
After I
looks
repped
like
at
it's
it.
been impacted. It's still standing though. It's
Okay. Object then interaction. If with the after he speds this curse and infernal, Jeff's gonna put his hand into the bag of holding and think glaive, and is gonna pull his glaive out of the
okay.
bag.
All right.
The glaive itself looks as if it has kind of like a fan shape edge, but it is very vicious spikes on the end of it, and it still has that nice solid blade coming down from the fan, and it's on like a big shaft, and there's like the guard is circular with like a spike at the end of it too.
All right. Cool. All right, Laz.
All right. So I've got number 2 up in my grill. Yeah, I'm gonna swing my blade at it. Just gritting my teeth and angry that they've fucking hit me. That is 13 plus 8 is 21 blackjack.
That'll hit.
That does that. 4 plus 6 is 10 points of slashing and 9 points of psychic damage.
So 19 altogether.
19 altogether.
All right. It looks hurt. Is that your turn?
I believe it is. Anything that I care to use as a bonus action at the moment? So yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Nan, you will have heard the bellow of Sarek that something is wrong. You will catch glimpses of fighting through the wind
From inside the tent.
from inside the tent.
Okay. Would it be like shadow more than anything that she can see, like movement outside?
Yes.
Hearing the roar and seeing the movement, Nan will probably duck under the table. The hell is all this? And she's just gonna hide.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
That die rolled a 1-2. They're both in timeout now.
All right.
I did say just under the table. I mean, there's no tablecloth on it or anything, so I guess it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. Tarek.
Seeing as he was hit pretty hard by number 5, he's going to return the favor. But as a bonus action, again, I'm going to cast or use my fighting spirit to give me advantage and an additional 10 hit points back, and then swing my greatsword at him again. Six plus much better. 8 plus 7 is 15.
Just hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. Screaming and rage, slipping through Sarek the blade with his greatsword, swiping out,
13 points of damage.
cleaving this creature in twain. The misty steam of red crimson as the warm blood hits the cold snow, the creature falling in 2 pieces. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
That will bring up the gnolls.
Ooh.
Gnoll number 1 will ignore Laz, grabbing the crate of food and begin running towards the wall where ropes dangle. Gnoll number 2 will stab at you with its spear, Laz. That is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right. Number 4 will stab at you, Draft. That is a 6 to hit.
I'm so dodgy today.
Where the hell is my good dice? There's one. All right. Sorry. Number 5 is dead, so number 6 swinging on you. 19.
That hits.
9 points of damage.
Ouch.
And I'll bring up Drift.
All right. With his glaive, he's gonna do a weird to this creature, probably unnecessary flourish, but he is actually casting Booming Blade. I brandish the weapon used in the spell casting and make a weapon attack with it against one creature within 5 feet of me. So it looks like an unnecessary spin that goes into an attack action. Give me 1 second here to do the attack. That is that is a dirty 20, good sir.
Dirty 20 hits, good sir. Quite dirty.
On a hit, they suffer the weapon's attack as normal and become sheathed in booming energy until the start of my next turn. If they willingly move 5 feet or more before then, the target takes 1d8 thunder damage and the spell ends.
So how much damage did that take from the blade?
That damage will be that is a 4 slashing damage from the blade.
They look hurt.
And then stepping in to do the action, the flourish for the 4 feet within 5 feet, Dreft is going to take the attack of opportunity and is going to step back 5 feet.
$18 to hit.
18 will hit.
That'll be 9 points of damage. Piercing damage.
Noise. Dreft will kind of grunt, taking the pierce, and will step back that 5 feet, so he is within 10 feet of him.
Back to Laz.
Okay, so I've still got Knoll number 2 directly in front of me, and Knoll number 1 has. You said there were ropes at the wall?
Yes.
Okay. And I assume they took the food store with them
Yes.
over the wall? Okay, cool. So here's what we're going to do. bonus action, Misty Step to the
Okay.
wall.
Alrighty.
And then I am going to grab the rope and jump off the side of the wall, sliding down the rope.
They're not they're
Oh.
not on the ropes yet. They're at the ropes.
They're at the ropes.
So you
Okay.
misty stepping, you're right there at them.
Oh, awesome! Then I'm just gonna hit him with a sword. I was gonna be all cinematic and shit. All right, let's just smack him. Ooh, and I don't think that's gonna hit him. That's a 10.
10 does not hit. Coming in, misty stepping, the creature stunned. Pure instinct as you bring your blade down, throwing its spear up to knock away your strike. Is that your turn?
Yes, that will be my turn.
Right. We'll bring up Nan.
Come on, girl. What are you doing? You can't just hide. You gotta move. They're gonna come in here and they're gonna find you. She's gonna move to the tent flap and kind of peek out. What can she see from her tent?
From your tent, you see the blowing snow. You see a creature that you are not familiar with standing across the camp past the broken statue. You can see stepping out of your tent, barely southward, Sarek engaged with one of these creatures.
Oh,
And you can see,
she's not step out. She's just peeking from the flap inside.
oh, just peeking from the flap, you can just see one of them
Okay.
across the way.
Oh, what do I do? She's gonna kind of close the flap and she's like talking to herself. I can't do this. I can't. It's too much. I can't do this. I'm gonna need your help. And that's her turn for this round.
I'll bring up Sarek.
With his first foe dead, he's going to turn to mole number 6 and bring his blade across in a nice overhand strike on him. Maybe. 12?
Misses. As you bring your blade around, the creature uses the butt of its spear to knock your footing off enough to where you have to switch to can't remain balanced, withdrawing the attack.
Yeah, I'm going to use my action surge to take another action. I'm going to swing again.
All right.
That's better. 17.
That will hit.
Ooh. Yep, that is max damage. 12 and 7. 19 points of damage.
He looks fucked up. Staggering back, the huge gash across his chest, holding a spear in one hand, covering the wound, trying to keep from bleeding out. Is that your turn?
That will be my turn, yes.
All right. No, number 1. I'm going to roll the percentage lock to see if it engages with you or tries to take the food and flee. If
All
it
right.
tries to flee, you will get an attack of opportunity.
Fair enough.
It decides that you are enough of a threat that it will fight with you. That is an 18 to hit,
That will hit.
and that is 11 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
No, number 4, go ahead and roll the damage draft as he will step forward 5 feet.
Hell yeah. Alright, so then there's a big booming energy happens. And he'll take 1d8 thunder damage. Okay, that's strange. I didn't do that, but not to worry. Since I'm on the road, I am at the will of computer dice. However, that is a 6 thunder damage.
That is just enough, Griff. The creature charging forward, the booming, exploding, the tent walls flapping from the energy, the lanterns that were hung about on the tent post flashing out as the creature will look at you stunned, eyes wide, and then crumple.
I'll just wink and do the action hero thing of going blowing against him and watching him as he crumbles to the ground.
All right. Number 2 is coming up behind you, Les. Where's my other 20? Is this flanking?
Well, it's been fun playing this character for 5 minutes, guys.
So either an 8 or a 9.
Oh, well, that misses.
Okay. And then number 6 is a juicer, Rick. That is a 9.
That misses.
All right. That will bring up Drift.
Right, Draft is going to use some of his movement to get to like out of the tent to try and see what's going on. So it's like what 10 feet of movement there. What does he see as he gets outside of his tent?
From where you see, from your angle, you can see the campfire. You can see the broken statue. You can't see the ones that have the food store, but you can see the one that is engaged with Sarek and the dead body beside it.
Do I know which tent Laz was staying in?
Give me a history check. Y'all have not been on great friendship terms, but you can always try.
Could I make a play for advantage as I am a detailed record keeper, as I am trying to be somebody who memorizes things quickly? And
Do you have keen mind?
I don't currently because of what it is, but I did say that he keeps records, so he would have written it down.
I'll give you advantage.
Thank you. That's very kind. Will a dirty 20 work?
He is in the tent right across from yours to the left. So the lower one next to the campfire.
Okay, then with that, seeing that Sarek is fighting something, he's going to run straight across.
All right.
But I'm going to use one of my cool things that I get for being me, and that, as we have reflavored it, Blessing of the Shadowed Queen. I'm going to, as a bonus action, magically teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see. So I'm going to teleport 30 feet towards his tent. Down here.
Okay.
Which will put me right. Oh, let me turn off that alarm. And
Right there.
Yep, puts me right about at the right of the tent. And then I'm going to look around again, like doing
Okay.
just like a perception.
All right. And we'll come back to that on what you see. That'll bring up Laz.
Laz, obviously not doing well right now. Gritting their teeth and looking at this knoll that's just hit them very hard, sort of gripping their side, raises their sword in salute, and then lunges in to pierce this creature in front of them again. Oh, but that's a 19, so that's a crit.
Right.
Because that's the one I cursed. So that will be 8 and 2 is 10 plus 6 is 16 points of slashing and 12, 16 points of psychic.
And that will finish him. The grinning, gleeful look on this creature's face as it thinks it has you because it can smell how wounded you are will turn to a look of surprise and confusion and then utter blankness as you come forward, quickly slaying the creature.
I just let its body slide off the point of the blade and turn to look at the other knoll, and I raise my sword and salute again.
Very
Still
cool.
clutching my side where the spear went in.
Nan.
Nan, having asked for help, is going to close her eyes for just a moment. When she opens them again, they are now solid white. She will carefully stand up, step out of the flap, and move across. I think that should put me just on the other side of the statue. So she's going to move across the camp so that she can see what's going on. Looking at, I think she's good. Think it would be toward Laz that has her attention. Can she see that Laz looks wounded, that he's bloodied?
Not from this distance, no. Not during a blizzard.
I had to ask as far as I can move. Can she see anything? Like,
You
or
can
just
see.
movement?
You can see the other knoll. You can see that it has a cache with it, a chest that looks familiar. Almost looks like your food chest that your food is stored in. And then if you glance south, you can see Sarek engaged with the other knoll.
All right. I'm going to cast Produce Flame. So Nan is going to hold her hand up calmly, a flame appearing in it, and she's going to throw it at the knoll that is attacking Laz. Because I think I'm
Okay.
Let me double check my distance, make sure I'm
Number
close enough.
one.
Yep, I'm well within the range. And it's a cantrip too, so I rolled a crit. I rolled a natural 20. So 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. So are we doing the usual max die
Yep.
plus die?
Max die plus die.
All right. So we're going to start with a base of 8 and add 3 more. So 11 points of fire damage.
Any bonuses to that?
Nope. It's just a cantrip.
The creature screams, rearing back, very surprised to suddenly be engulfed in flame. Is that your turn?
That is Nan's turn.
That will bring up Sarek.
Recovering from his actions last turn, Sarek's going to bring his blade back around again with a nice quick side strike up into the right. 12 and 7 is 19. Does that hit?
That hits.
9, 14 points of damage.
And that will, stepping forward, cleaving through. You feel the resistance of bone, but gritting your teeth, you power through the bone. Half of the creature from its shoulder over, sliding with a sickening, falling to the snow to bleed out. Is that your turn?
Going to move 30 feet north to where I assume I have seen what's going on up north.
Yep.
He's going to take his action to move 30 feet north.
All right.
Should put me right about next to Drift.
I'm now going to roll to see what number one does.
Wait,
Yes.
I thought, did I not kill number 1? I thought I killed number 1.
No, you killed number 2.
No, I killed number 1 was the one holding the.
You killed number 2 and then turned and saluted number 1. That's what you said. I stabbed the one that just stabbed me, which was number 2, which was also the one that was cursed.
Okay.
And then holding my side,
Number 1 was the one that was cursed.
Then, okay, either which way,
Okay.
I'll remove number 1. Number 2 is still there.
Okay. So the one that was cursed is the one that's dead, yes?
Yes.
I get 8 hit points. Oh, thank God.
All right.
That's important.
I'm going to roll to see what it does.
That's fine.
It will scream in rage, pulling a vial of black liquid and throwing it into the food crate.
Oh.
And
Can I
will
step
bring up-
between the food crate and that black liquid?
No.
No. Okay.
I will bring up draft.
Dreft is going to use another Blessing of the Shadow Queen, teleporting 30 feet, which will put me about just behind Knoll number 2. Dreft is going to, as they step forward, basically it's like a BAMF from Nightcrawler, so like it's just Shadow, and then the Shadow stepping out, and he's spinning his blade and is coming down again with just a normal glaive attack.
All right.
And that will be. Will a 6 hit?
A 6 will not hit.
And that will be all of his turn.
All right. That will bring up Laz.
All right. Laz is going to bring the point of the sword to bear once again, stepping into to stab the knoll. That is 6 or 9. That is a 9. 9 and 8 is 17 to hit.
That hits.
Brilliant. And that is 10 slashing and 5 psychic.
And that will end that creature. That will bring us out of combat. And at this moment, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 10 minutes while we get our beverages of choice and our snickety snacks. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Greetings, Earthbound travelers. Welcome back from our break. Sorry if it ran a little long. I had to get my back stretched out for a minute. It was just absolutely killing me. One of the things that I want to addendum in the earlier announcements, the Twitter handle of the individual that did the character art is at @nsketched, one word. Their name on Twitter is at @n_sketch. So to actually find them, it's at @nsketched. They done amazing work on our character art. Go give them a follow. Go give them a like. Tell them you saw them on Will of the Dice. Shout them out. Do the thing. Do it. Do it. Before we went to break, the party had settled in for their evening routines, making maps and making notes, fidgeting and floundering, trying to adjust to being away from the keep, trudging through the snow to take guard when the party was attacked by gnolls. Their food supply destroyed, although they were able to successfully defeat the gnolls. This is where we resume. And this, my friends, is where you find out you have been forsaken to the will of the dice. The wind grows stronger, howling, the snow almost making it impossible to see. The chill of the air is so cold that even around your lips, freeze is beginning to happen. You are standing out in this. Perhaps it is time to retreat to the common yurt to discuss what happened.
Yes, good friends. Time to go inside. As the temperatures get colder, we will not survive much longer out here. Let's adjourn to the fire and out of the weather.
Nan will turn.
Laz, oh, go ahead.
Nan will turn her head and look at you. If you're close enough, you will see her eyes are solid white currently instead of the usual simple brown eyes. Simply nod her head and walk toward where we are going.
Laz pauses for a second, starts to take a step forward, just opens their mouth, and a whole bunch of blood just pours out. Yeah. And stumbles a bit, but continues to walk towards the yurt.
Nan will, seeing the blood come out of your mouth and whatnot, Nan will turn, place a hand on you, speak in a soft, almost sing-song sounding voice, and cast Cure Wounds.
Jeff would have helped you to at least to getting to Nan. Like wouldn't have asked for like permission, just would have like scooped you, like did the arm thing and like helped you over to Nan.
That's 6 points of healing.
Yay, 6 points of healing.
Jeff to also kind of look at Nan, not suspiciously, but very curiously, as this little basic to him because he's not from everywhere, but she looks very simple. Just this simple elf-looking person just threw a fireball, little mote of fire at something, and her eyes don't look right. We won't say anything until they're in the yurt.
Much appreciated.
It is my pleasure to help.
Entering the common yurt, you will find the fire going strong in the large central fire pit. The tables with different accoutrements from the main doctor on this archaeological dig, Dr. Doofenheim's, scattered around. You will see. Well, I tell you what, everyone give me a perception check. Let's see what you see.
No. Oh, wait, no, man.
Drift.
That's a 5.
Laz.
12.
Nan.
14.
And Sarek.
I beat Draft. I got a 6.
I need everyone but Nan to please ear muff. Now, the first ear muff I did of this was not a very serious one. This one, however, is going to be. So, Dr. Duffelheim, you see his body laying on the other side of the fire, clutching a book, gasping for air.
Pardon me. Nan will, not acknowledging the others or saying anything to them, simply move to him, kneel down, place a hand on him, and try to cast a Cure Wounds.
All right, go ahead and make that cast.
6.
All right, Dr. Duffelheim will.
My God, I can't believe you. You saved my life. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. And Duffelheim would, of course, having spoken to Nan before, know this is not the voice that he usually hears from her.
But he is under the shock of almost dying. So
Fair.
we'll let the dice decide if he notices.
That's fair.
No, he does not.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bring the others back. Come back, Raph. Raph, come back.
So as we step into the yurt, everyone will see that Nan suddenly moves away from all of you to the other side of the fire, kneeling down and placing her hand on someone who's laying on the ground. You'll hear her speak again in that soft sing-song voice and try to slowly help Dr. Duffelheim up off the ground.
Covered in blood, his own, Duffelheim will sit up, clutching a book protectively to his chest.
We must be getting close.
What do you mean, old man?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Patrick.
What do you mean, old man? What is this book you have in your hands?
This is the book that relays the last known location of the cube of transformation. So if they sent an assassin to try to take it, then we must be getting close.
And that assassin you said?
Yes.
No assassin.
No, what no? This was an elf.
Knowles, they attacked.
We were, good sir, we were attacked by gnolls, large dog-like creatures that tried to steal our food. Are you okay, sir?
They destroyed the food with acid.
Oh, that's not good.
You
I
said
do
you were
not
attacked?
know who hired the assassin. I just know the assassin came. If not for our dear cartographer, I would be dead.
Then let's see the book, then. Let me see that book.
He will hand you the book.
Dref wants to read it and sleight of hand keep it from him.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
That is a dirty 20.
All right. So are you reading it now or are you stowing it to read later?
Reading it now, but the sleight of hand is to make it so that he can just keep the book on him as opposed to giving it back. He's going to be reading it while the rest of the conversation goes on.
All right. It is gibberish. It is stuff that phrases like, when the wild raccoon dances with the berries, then the blue moon will shine and it will be time to go home. Just pages and pages of gibberish. And then the final page shows a drawing of a cube with an inlay on each side for a gem. And the words, "She calls."
So you drug us all the way out here for a book and a cube.
You do not understand. This is the cube of transformation. It can take magic, any magic. You can cast any spell you want, and it will turn it into Hytherium.
Do I know what Hytherium is?
Any magic user knows that Ethereum is pure magic liquefied. It is the most powerful substance known to man. It can be used to enhance spells to make them more powerful. It can replace any material component in a spell. It is some stuff that is worth platinum and electrum beyond gold.
Folly, old man, folly. Doubt such a thing really exists.
Here, Sir's going to look around. Like, how did the assassin get in? Is there anything obviously?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, and Laz waits for a moment when no one is looking in
An
their
11.
direction, and makes their sword disappear.
Okay. 11.
Yes.
You can't see how they got in. You're very confused how they got in, how they got past you, how they were not seen by any of you.
Standing behind the doctor for a moment, Nan will lower her head, closing her eyes, and when she opens them again, they're normal-looking brown. Doctor, could you tell us what happened before the assassin came in?
I was reading the book, and then I felt something painful in my back, and I looked back and saw an elf, and he stabbed me in the chest.
I don't like any of this. It feels like we're getting caught up in something we shouldn't be involved in. My mother always said stay out of things.
Jeff's totally focused on the book, y'all. He's trying to memorize every single word and inch of it, and he just kind of looks up and goes, there are sometimes when life comes to you, and sometimes when you go to life, and it seems that life has come to us. He'll snap the book closed. You could possibly be able to, I don't know, be able to describe this elf that decided to stab you in the chest?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had blue hair, blue eyes, blue skin, horns, and pointy ears. That's how I know he was an elf.
Doctor, Professor, I have to say to you is that elves don't have horns.
Sure they do.
Doctor, I am an elf, and I can tell you, there's no horns.
Then what the fuck was that?
Tyr, would I know what you've described?
You can make an insight check to see.
Can I get a piece of that action since I've done some traveling? Yeah. I can try. Put it that way. Not bad.
That's a 3.
No.
I got a 10.
No.
That is very odd.
Locke, you're muted.
So an elf that's not an elf, with horns, stabbed you in the back, then the chest,
Yes.
but didn't take the book.
I held on to it, and then you all came, and he ran away.
Insight check. That is a 17 plus 3, dirty 20.
What exactly are you inciting?
I want to know if that is what actually happened.
As best as you can tell, he seems to be being honest.
Okay.
Okay.
Sarek will take a step back and look at sir. Good sir, which way did he go? Out the tent? Because we would have seen him.
I don't know. I was laying in the floor. I was laying on the ground bleeding. It was quite an experience.
Right. He's gonna stick his head back out the yurt and look around and see if he can see anything. Not that he really can in the snowstorm, but try.
You do see something, Ref. You see an arrow thunk into your chest for 4 points of damage. Following the line of sight for the arrow, you see a tiefling dressed in furs shake his head and fall into one of the archaeological digs.
He's gonna turn over his. He's here, Archer, and he's gonna charge through the snow, drawing his sword as he goes towards where he fell into that dig.
Okay. Is anyone following?
Yeah.
How far away is my tent?
You got to go past your tent to go to the hole.
Dreft is going to go to his tent first with the book to put it into the bag of holding, and then he will follow after, storing also his glaive.
Laz is just muttering, shit, as they chase after Sarek and calls the sword back to their hand.
I'll just stay here with you if that's all right, Doctor. Someone should keep an eye on you.
No, they must be apprehended.
Oh, I'm no good in a fight. Just a cartographer.
He arches an eyebrow suspiciously. For the rest of you, you come to a large hole that's been dug in the earth that has unearthed a doorway. It's about a 10-foot drop.
That seems like a trap. I'm going to pop back to the yurt and let the professor and Nan know.
Is the
There's
door
a-
open?
1 second. Go ahead, Rep. Or lock.
There seems to be a door in one of the digs. The assailant seems to have disappeared into the doorway. Do I have any idea where that door leads?
Oh, you
Based on
do. It leads to the archives and such below.
the door that leads to the archive. The other areas below.
Is this an area that's been mapped yet?
No.
I'm sorry, I haven't mapped it yet. I couldn't tell you where it goes.
Have I been through that area?
Oh, yeah. Every one of the order has been through at some point or another. They've been shown things that are deadly, potentially world-ending secrets that are kept there in the archives.
That place is dangerous, to say the least.
Well, then that settles it. No one's going down there, right?
I glance back out the yurt, see what Sarek is doing.
Sarek's looking down at the hole. Is the door open?
It is.
So if we're going into that, right?
Yes, Sarek is going in after him.
It looks like Sarek is going in.
All right. So, sliding down, does Draft follow?
Oh yeah, Dreft will help Zerk into the thing, so it makes it so we don't have to like fall 10 feet. Like, he'll help him down.
Perhaps, I don't know if the professor wishes to come, but Nan, we could perhaps use your skills to figure out how to get back out.
You need my maps.
And the place has not been mapped, so it would be a good opportunity for you, nonetheless. Yes?
Well, maybe when there's more light and no assassin in there, I wouldn't want to get caught up in anything.
All right, well, can't let those two idiots go in by themselves.
It is at this time you will hear a giant roar and feel the ground beneath your feet tremble.
Well, this has been fun and all, but I think I ought to be getting back to my ship.
Thud. Thud. Roar.
Perhaps we should all get inside, Professor.
Yes, quite.
And the professor will go running for the pit.
All right then. I guess we're going. Likely a bit
I
better
will-
than that thing.
Too right. And I grab Nan by the hand and pull Nan along behind me.
Y'all will catch a glimpse of a creature that should not be this far north. Some of you will know of it. Let's see. Everybody make a history check.
Whoa! Hey there.
All right. What'd you get, Luck?
Natural 20 for a 21.
All right. Drift.
19.
Nan
14.
and Sarek.
13.
So, Drift and Laz, you will see this creature, the glint of green scale, breathing through the blizzarding snow, red flaming eyes, and the sweet scent of bananas. As you exit the yurt, you will see flame mixed with acid engulf the yurt. This is a banana fish, a tropical creature known as a tree dragon that should not be this far north.
What the fuck is this doing so far north? I thought we were in the ice, not the fucking jungle.
Yeah, the Knolls shouldn't be this far north either, but yet they are. And that.
Come, quickly, into the hole, come.
As you all are going, this creature's powerful jaws will come forward. Snap! Dr. Duffelheim, gone. A victorious roar from the creature as it gulps the body quickly, turning its eyes to look for more prey. You all slide down into the dig. Do you go through the door?
To get away from that thing, yes.
Tyr, would Sarek have seen any of that since he'd already jumped into the hole?
No.
So yeah, he's on the other side of the door then.
Into the door you go, the creature barreling down into the pit, headbutting at the door, headbutting, clawing. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Draft. Roll a D100. We're going to see if it caves in the entrance.
Okay. Also,
It's a 50-50 shot. You want higher than a 50.
Also, for point of order, Jeff just grabbed his bag when he stushed everything. He just stashed the book into the bag and then grabbed his bag, which has everything in it. You wanted higher than a 50? Incorrect. I got an 18.
The entrance collapsing on itself. I need everyone to give me a dex save to try to keep from being crushed by rubble.
Ooh, that's not going to be good.
I am so rusty. I'm sorry, guys. I
Oh,
suck
damn.
tonight.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you do not.
All right, Drift.
I got a 10.
You will take 6 points of damage from falling debris. Laz,
6.
6 points of damage. Nan,
21.
3 points of damage. Raf,
I got a net 20 for a total of 20.
3 points of damage. Why did my music stop?
We lost the bot.
That is a good question.
There we go.
All right. You see no sign of the tiefling. You see your way out is blocked by tons and tons of debris and ice. You will notice, however, that the temperature here is mild. High 60s, low 70s. It is very comfortable. And there is a green glow as if lichen have gathered in between each of the stones, lighting your path forward.
I look at Sarek, who I know didn't see any of that.
What was that?
So, good news, bad news. It would seem that we have lost the professor. That's the bad news. The good news is that the tree dragon can't get in because it caved in the entrance.
Well, that's not good. This tiefling went down the path ahead of us. The professor's gone. That's terrible news.
Yes, this means, unfortunately, is that we may not be getting paid anymore.
All the more reason to find our way back to the port, if you ask me.
I am with Nan on this one.
Yes, unfortunately, but we cannot get out this way, and that tiefling who shot me is still down there.
Send leads away, big man.
Um,
Sorry, dragon. You are not a
Tyr,
man.
do I know how a way to get back out of? Do I know of another exit from the archives?
No.
I've not found a way out of the archives other than this door.
You've been in here before. We just opened this area up.
Oh, I've been all over this.
Then maybe you should lead, since you know your way around.
Very well. I'll take point.
Sarah could bring up right behind.
Draft will be at the very back to make sure that Nan doesn't run away.
Nan won't mind having someone behind her because it means it's less likely something will shoot her in the back.
And so you will travel the winding, woven halls of the once great citadel. You see stone that has been destroyed with large jutting chunks of ice. The floors and walls corroded in thick sheets of this cold damnation. Even though it's 65, 70 degrees in here, the ice refuses to melt. You will come to a door. It is partially ajar. It has writing on it, a strange language that is known only by few. Yes,
I
Drift?
can read all writing.
Oh, you can read all writing?
I can read all writing. It's a devil's sight. Or no, sorry, Eyes of the Rune Keeper. I read all writing.
Okay. I need everyone but Drift to earmuff.
Is it druidic?
No.
Is it primordial?
It is not.
It's not Sylvan, right?
Nope. It's the ones that came before. It's the old ones.
Gotcha.
All right. It will take you just a moment for your eyes to adjust, for the words to come from the door. Let those that step before know that she calls, and those that answer find only damnation. I need an intelligence saving throw.
I was just about to ask about things, but that. Oh my gosh. I need to get my regular dice because these digital dice are killing me. That's a 2.
You will have a vision in this moment. A beautiful creature with flaming red hair and flaming red eyes. Alabaster skin that you want to touch. Arms that seem so inviting. How you would love to lay your head against this bosom and just rest for a while. This has a stronger calling than even your mistress, and you did not think that possible. Come find me. I am calling.
He'll just kind of shake his head and kind of clear his, like, blink a few times and shake his head and try and clear it. But the image will just be burned there. Her words and tone just striking him. Her calling is intriguing him, to say the least. He thought it was his mistress, but now this is something completely different.
All right, can I bring the rest back?
Yep. You'll see Dreff just kind of shake his head and blink his eyes some. You, the one that's been here before. That's right. Sorry, my head is kind of being filled right now.
Yes.
You said you've been here before.
Yes.
What is down here?
The archives.
Okay, but what is in the archives?
Shitload of very dangerous things the order kept.
That's very oddly specific. That's interesting. But very well. I say, make sure if you have something to protect yourselves, that you should probably draw it now. Beyond this gateway is something. And he'll just kind of shiver. Extraordinary. And he'll draw his glaive from his bag of holding.
You lot want me to stay here and wait for you to come back out?
No, so you're going to come with us, sweet cheeks.
I don't think my pen and quill are going to be any use.
Here. And Draft will pull a dagger and just hand it to Nan. There. You stick the pointy end, you see, into the bad guy.
I don't fight. I've never hurt anybody.
That's okay, you don't have to fight. You just have to stick the pointy end into the bad guy if he tries to come at you. And then we will pull the big bad guy off of you and put our big sticky things into them. This is a big sticky thing. And he gestures with his glaive.
I said I'm not a fighter. I didn't say I was daft.
Sorry, I've only been here for...
Just stay behind us.
No, you can stay in front of me because I don't want you running off, little one.
Where would I run? There's nowhere to go down here.
I don't know. You'd find a way, I think. Says something a little more to you than than the others think. And he'll wink at you, and then just kind of like urge the group to push forward.
You're the one that's daft if you think there's something more to me. I'm just a cartographer.
Sarah's going to turn to Nan and look down. Little one, if we do not know life, how can we know death? And he's going to step through the door to the other side with his sword at the ready.
And Laz looks back at Nan. Oh, don't worry. Death's not so bad, really.
Oh, I'll take your word on it. I'm perfectly fine the way I am, thanks.
So, everyone enters?
Yep.
Reluctantly.
As the last one steps across the threshold, the door will slam closed. The blue light that filled the area will turn red and begin to vibrate. There's a soft hum that can be felt throughout the chamber. In this chamber, it is empty except for a blue tiefling holding a silver cube. His eyes blank, blood trickling from his ears and his nostrils. His mouth will open, but it will not be the voice of a tiefling you hear, but a voice of power. You have come. I have called. It is now time. Release me.
Do I recognize the voice?
It is the same voice from your vision.
Dref will walk forward unthinking and compelled and run his glaive into the chest of this dude holding the box.
Stabbing the corpse holding the box, it will continue to thrum, vibrate, the mouth moving, the voice differently. Find the stones of eternal night. Bind them with this prison that holds me, this Evernight.
He'll remove the glaive and then take the box.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Dun, 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 dun. 2.
Oh, that's not good. You will take 8 points of psychic damage as you touch the box. You will see a vision of war, chaos, treachery. You will see this creature, this female that you had seen before, standing at the head of armies, destroying gods and bringing down kingdoms. And through it, you will hear one word, Vashka.
He's screaming and holding his head. Is he holding the cube still, or?
No.
Yeah, he's just screaming in pain in his head.
And that's why we don't touch things we don't know about.
Sarah's going to step next to you. Dear Drift, are you okay? That was not a wise thing to do. And kind of pull you back away to the side as you hopefully come to your senses.
She's beautiful. She's the most magnificent thing I've ever seen.
Who exactly is that then?
And in a whisper, he will just say, Vashka.
Does that name mean anything, Tyr?
I was wondering the same.
Give me history checks. It'll be a high DC because people have forgotten things they shouldn't have.
You know what? Add that.
I know nothing.
17.
7.
No.
I even used my knowledge from a past life in it. I don't know this name.
Look, whoever she is, I'm sure she's lovely to you or whatever. But we need to be going.
Why did the tiefling come in here and who killed him?
It looked to me like the box killed him.
Here, do the wounds on the tiefling match something from being attacked or just
The
dead?
only wound on the tiefling is from the glaive from Dreft.
Is there anything else in this room besides the box?
A doorway. Another doorway leading further into the archives.
Look, I don't like this any more than any of the rest of you. We can't just leave that thing here. Whoever sent this assassin obviously wants that thing. Shouldn't let them have it, I don't think.
Here,
Right?
the cube. Does it look like the cube drawing in the book?
It does.
Draft will wide eyes again. Will look around, scrambling, and the tieflings close. He will motion to Nan to give him back the dagger.
She'll make a point of turning it around and handing him the handle.
He'll snatch it carefully, snatch it and making sure not to like nick or whatever. And he's gonna immediately start cutting the tiefling's clothes and then trying to wrap it around the cube so that he can grab a hold of it.
When you cut away the tiefling's clothes, you'll see a very unusual tattoo.
Ooh.
It is 3 concentric circles with a black talon in the center.
Have a history check to see if I recognize that symbol.
You can try.
I would also like some of that action.
Probably not for Sarek.
I'm thinking with Nan's background, not so much.
No.
8.
I got a 7.
Doesn't seem familiar.
He won't regard it then at all and just keep cutting the clothes so that he can try and get it so that he can touch the cube without touching the cube.
And it works.
And he'll wrap the cube up in the cloth. I would like to make an Arcana check to see if I'd be able to stick it into my bag safely.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Whew, much better. 15.
You're able to deduce that if this is some sort of prison, that means it's some sort of dimensional space. And you know that if you put dimensional space into a bag of holding, there's a large explosion and everything is sucked into the astral plane.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. He'll start to put it in the bag, and then Reason will take over. He'll motion to he's going to, and then Reason will take over. He'll sigh, and he will say, "Look, I don't know you very well. You don't know me very well, but I'm going to tell you that this cube is more important than anything this person could be trying to want us to get. So I'm going to hold on to it, yeah?
Fine
Very
by
well.
me. I saw the way it cooked your brain.
Sarek's just gonna shrug.
Laz just turns and goes to the other door in the room and checks the door.
It opens.
I look into the next room.
In the next room, you see a man suspended in chains, long hair, long beard, weak, unconscious. There's something about these chains that are familiar to you, Laz. Give me a history check.
You know what? I'm gonna use my last one of those for the day. That's it. That help a lot. 14.
These are chains of everlife. They are chains meant to keep prisoners alive beyond the brink of death.
Oh, that's not good and very unfortunate.
Good Laz. That is your name, Laz.
Lazarian, yes, Laz is fine.
Lazarian. Fine. You've been down here before, and yet you seem somewhat shocked.
I haven't been in this room.
Oh,
Those chains. That is a hell of a punishment. Those are chains of everlife. They keep the prisoner alive indefinitely. No telling what this one did get put into those, and there's also no telling how long they've been here.
You could always just ask them, "Hey, old man, how long have you been in here?"
And trees,
Who are
free
you?
me.
Who are you?
I am the prophet Lucius.
Does that name ring a bell to?
No.
Why did the order imprison you?
I had a vision of them all dying, and they felt that I was conspiring against them.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Seems truthful.
Plus 3. Oh, dear. Yeah, they,
The joke's on them. They were all poisoned and killed.
Please free me.
right.
Tyr, at one point, has Laz actually talked to anybody about his order?
There.
Or, correction, their order?
No.
Okay. My Lazarian, this order you speak of, why would they imprison this man for having visions? What type of order are you?
Oh, I'm not really. The Bloodhunter Order that used to occupy this keep. This was their central base, their prime stronghold, if you will. The Bloodhunters were monster fighters. They still exist somewhat. They're different now. The last remnants tried to rebuild. From my understanding, it's very different.
Tyr, while this conversation is happening, Nan is going to take a small leather-bound book from her pouch and a small piece of charcoal, and she's going to start sketching out the route that they've taken so far in case they have to backtrack later.
Old man, how do you want us to free you? It's been very many centuries. Do you want us to kill you or do you want to be set free?
Set me free. Remove these chains.
I look around for the keys.
Give me the investigation.
15 plus 3, 18.
You find a set of keys inside of a wooden chest next to another door.
Take the keys and I'll go over and I'll see if any of them fit the chains.
They do.
Anyone have any last objections before I do this?
No, my dear lass. Do whatever you want to do.
And his nose in the book, sketching.
All right, I unlock the chains.
With a thud, he hits the ground. I am free. I am free. You saved me. And now I can save you. Darkness comes. A great darkness. Have you the box?
What box are you talking about? He's
I
trying
can
to lie.
feel its presence. Have you the box?
The
What?
cube.
What matters for you about the cube?
Because I know it's secret, and I know how to make sure that we are not all devoured.
Reluctantly, he hands the box over.
Handing the box over, the old man will clutch it, rocking back and forth. She comes. She calls. She is. He will begin to speak in a language that none of you understand unless any of you understand the language of the old ones. You will see his beard begin to shrink, his hair begin to shrink, turning blonde, his eyes blue and clear, his beard gone, just a small, neatly trimmed mustache and goatee, as he rocks talking to the box. You see, you go ahead.
So say Laz readies a Eldritch Blast. So their sword begins to glow green, charging with magical energy.
All right. Anyone else ready?
Sarek's already got his blade out.
You see, I knew her. I knew her intimately. Vashka. She was my wife, my love. I fought to free her, fought against that group of meddlers, nosy meddlers. They were so nosy, always having to put their nose in my business, always feeling as if the realm was theirs to defend.
Who are you talking about?
You're not familiar with the Sword of Hope.
Yet.
I may have heard of them in passing.
So they have not carried on the lessons. Those fools. They should have warned those that she would come. They should have kept vigil instead of letting their greed for Hytherium dictate their use of the Evernight. He will hold up the cube. I am the prophet Lucius. I am the voice of Vashka. I am the herald of destruction and damnation.
Hey, in the
She
middle,
will be free.
can I interrupt him and hit him with the stick of my glaive so I can distract him and take the box from him?
You can try.
Yeah, I'll let loose on that as well.
Yeah, as soon as he says destruction, damnation, Sarek's going after him.
That is a 7 to hit.
That will miss.
Can I still make a sleight of hand at him to try and get the box?
It will be contested athletics because he's
Mhm.
I have a 21 to hit with an Eldritch Blast.
as your Eldritch Blast streaks, he just opens his hand slightly. The cube glowing, sucking the energy in.
Got a 4 on my sleight of hand.
Do I need to make a roll to hit?
Yep.
I wrote a 2, so I got a 9.
One moment. That will miss, sir.
Yeah.
Is Nan doing anything?
She has stopped sketching and is just kind of watching all of this happen with a slightly horrified look on her face.
Oh, shit. Drift. Need an intelligence saving throw. I also need one from Nan.
Uh-oh. Like, what
That's
did
a
I
14.
do? So that's a 17 on the die. 21.
What'd you get, Drift?
Oh, I got a 14.
There's an impulse that consumes both of you for a moment. An impulse to touch this box. But you're able to resist it.
Nan will follow that by backing up more if she can.
I'll follow that up by trying to make another to try and like leg him so he falls on the ground.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
All right, Drift.
4.
Laz.
13.
Nan.
Ha ha ha, 2.
And Sarek.
16.
All right, Drift, go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, for terms of game things and such, I'm using a shove with my glaive. I rolled a 6.
That'll miss. Nan.
Oh, Nan is just backed up, trying to stay out of reach.
Sarek continuing forward with his attack.
Do what, sir?
Sarek's going to be continuing forward with his attack.
Yep, it's almost your turn in the
Right.
order of initiative.
Right.
Nan, I need a Constitution saving throw. Lucius throws his hands out towards Nan, gripping into a fist while still holding the cube tight.
Oh, you con save, you said?
Yep.
That's probably not going to be very good. 15.
You'll take 15 points of damage.
Oof.
As you feel something gripping inside of you, trying to crush your very core.
What the hell? And it will be in that moment where like she'll start to like crumble up, not dropping to the floor, but like folding over a little.
All right. That will bring up Sarek.
Sarek stepping forward with his blade to try and cut this guy down. He's
All right.
talking damnation. Ooh. 19 plus 7 is 26.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
$15 points of damage.
You'll take 8 points of damage, Sarek. As when you strike, the creature, the person, this thing glows blue, seems to absorb your energy and sends it back at you. I was trying to tell a story. Laz, that'll be your turn.
Okay. My player, because of things that have happened in this round of combat, knows this is a dumb idea. However, my character does not know about the saving throw that Patrick and Ren had to make. So, or they're feeling to be compelled to grab the box. Laz is going to attempt to grab the box and snatch it away from him.
This will be contested athletics.
Okay. Oh, good. My athletics is +0.
I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get that. No, but I have a 12.
You do, however, touch the box. I need a con save.
Oh, 8.
I'm sorry, Laz, but you dropped to 0 hit points and fall unconscious.
Cool.
Lucius will stand up. I tried to tell you a story. Very well. You insolent, heathenistic dogs. Vashka will rest her feet upon your bones. He will take the stone and plunge it to the ground beneath his feet. The ground around you all will tremble, crack, and fall away. I need everyone but Laz to please make a dexterity saving throw. Laz, this will count as one failed death save as you fall 10 feet.
To that.
Come on, I'm trying to be dramatic here. Work with me, you stupid dice. Drift.
10.
1 point of damage.
I'm at 0.
All right, Nan.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
2.
1 point of damage. Sarek.
14.
1 point of damage.
Ouch. Sarek's not looking so good.
All right. That will bring up Draft. Go ahead and make your death save, Draft.
The D20, and I want to get higher than a 10.
Correct.
Heck yeah, here we go. Oh, now you roll high. 17.
Give us a memory that would keep Draft attached to this world of the living.
Meeting this mistress for the first time. Even though that memory is terrifying, it is also a moment of absolute and sheer wonderment and awe and just sheer. It's that moment when you realize that something just clicks inside of you, and that thing is going to stay with you for the rest of forever. Some call it love at first sight. Some people call it realizing your destiny. For Dreft, it was seeing his mistress for the first time.
All right. Nan.
My turn? Or are we asking questions? Okay. As we hit the ground, Nan is going to move up onto her knees, take a look around for a moment, and without saying a word, her eyes are going to go white again. She's going to rise, holding her hand out toward Laz, casting a bonus action healing word. Except I got to scroll down to it. That's 1d4 plus 4. So,
One moment. I need to roll a D100.
uh-oh.
You will see that energy, that arcane power that you have touched so many times, come forward, snaking its way towards Laz, only to arc upward as Lucius holds the cube, sucking the energy in.
Well, fuck. Dreft is down as well. She's going to kneel down. She's going to move to Dreft, kneel down, and use a medicine check to stabilize him.
All right. Go ahead.
That is mental math. Sorry. 19.
You are stable. You still have 0 hit points. You are unconscious, but you do not have to make death saves.
Sorry, Laz. I was trying to save you.
No worries.
Lucius's turn. He will take, pressing the cube to his head, he will vanish. That will bring up Sirach.
Well, how rude of him. He's going to look around. Is there any sign of him, or did it look like he vanished?
He vanished.
He's going to move to Laz to see what he can do to help Laz. Not that he can do much, but
You can try a medicine check, wisdom check,
Yep.
see if you can stabilize him.
I'll try. I rolled a 2 for a 4.
No. All right. Laz, death save. And I believe you get advantage on these
I
because
get
of
advantage because of deathless nature, yes. That's a 6 and a 15. I'll take the 15. And
All right.
for success.
All right. Draft is stable but unconscious. Nan.
She will get up from Dreft, move to Laz, kneel down, and attempt a medicine check on him to stabilize him.
Okay.
19 plus 6, 25.
You're stable. You're both unconscious. You're both weak. But you're stable. You do not have to make death saving throws. And this is where we're going to go ahead and take our second break. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Get our beverages of choice and our snickety snacks. So much fun to be back, right, guys?
Yeah.
We'll be back. And we're back. Thanks so much for hanging out while we got our snickety snacks, our beverages of choice.
Sorry.
Well, I echo through Locke. I'm Locke, and I'm talking in Locke's pants. Yeah, it's been a hell of a day. The party had found what they thought was the cube of transformation. Coming to find out, it is a cube known as the Evernight. And they found an individual by the name of Lucius, who has taken the Evernight and vanished. Y'all find yourselves laying in a library of sorts. There are books, shelves and shelves of books. Draft, you and Laz will eventually come around to 1 hit point.
I was actually about to ask if we could get like a short rest out of this.
You can try to take a rest.
I mean, if we just sit here and do nothing for the next half hour, that counts as a short rest, right? Will we wait for them to wake up?
Yeah, Sarek's gonna just look around to make sure there's nothing outwardly trying to kill them at that moment, and then he's gonna sit down and try and make them comfortable.
And so time passes. Y'all can take a short rest on your character sheet.
When Laz comes to, they sit bolt upright, and bloody hell, not again! Oh, what? Fuck. That went poorly.
What do y'all want to do?
As Jeff comes to, he'll just ask, "Where is he? Where is Lucius?"
Gone as far as we can tell. I hesitated to heal you, though. That cube he had was absorbing magic, and I didn't know if he was still about.
That's fair.
I have not seen him. Laz, we're in a library. Have you been here before?
Cheer, have I been here before?
No, this is someplace even all those years ago you had never seen.
Did you say a library?
No, I don't. I don't recognize this place.
Did you say a library, my dear Sarek?
Yes. As they say, study the past if you would define the future. I think we should see what it has to say. Who was this? Vashka? And Lucius? I have never heard of them.
Sorry, guys, we're going to have to take a quick break. Again, I know we just took one. I forgot to take my pain pills, and the alarm just went off on my phone that I need to take my pain pills. I am a chronic pain patient, so that's the only way I survive. So we'll be back in another, just 2 minutes. I'm so sorry. And we are back. So sorry for having to take that extra break, but I had to take my pain pills or else I wouldn't be able to continue. So, you find yourselves in this library. You've decided to investigate it. So, those that will, give me an investigation roll.
Woo.
Oh, that's
Grift,
19.
Laz,
22.
Nan,
Nan would actually be notebook out again, sketching what she can see, like of where they are.
all right. Sarek,
I think he may remember how to spell Veshka because he rolled a 4.
all right. So, I need everyone but Drift and Laz to earmuff. Coming together, y'all find the same tome at the same time. The spine is worn, almost illegible, but you can make out the words "Sword of Hope." Opening this tome, you see that this is the history of the Sword of Hope. This is the accounts by one Akatosh, the prince of the Sword of Hope, their journal, if you will. It talks about a powerful goddess by the name of Vashka, the goddess of death and war, the original goddess of death and war, who had consumed so much power that they were devouring other gods. The gods came together and locked them away in a place called the Evernight. It was a prison created by the powerful mage Tristan Stormbringer. Vashka had a husband by the name of Lucius, who had spent his life trying to free Vashka when the heroes of the Sword of Hope interfered and kept this from happening. He was eventually captured and placed as a prisoner here in the bowels of Keep Gregorgarian, because where else would you keep a monster? Any questions?
No.
Drift?
Drift's going to keep the book.
All right. All right. Bring everybody back.
Fellas, that's not very good.
No, it's very much not.
What did we do?
Oh, it's nothing. Just a man from the very distant past, who wanted to bring about the end of the world with the original goddess of death and war, and some heroes stopped her and him and captured him and placed him here. And we've just set him free with what seems to be his wife slash girlfriend slash, goddess. No big deal.
Oh, so I see how it is. You three fuck about, decide you're going to unchain somebody we shouldn't be unchaining, and now the end of the world is coming. This is why my mom always told me to stay out of things.
I didn't hear you object when I asked if anyone objected to me unlocking him.
I was busy sketching where we'd been. I thought maybe y'all had more sense than that.
But dear Nan, someone that stands by watching great evil happen is just as bad as someone who does the great evil. Or at least that is how it's seen where I'm from.
Regardless, it would seem we now have a responsibility to stop him from releasing wife.
Well, I think first we need to get out of here because not much we can do from in here.
Are you going to do any more checking or look for an exit?
More checking from Drift.
All right. Give me another investigation roll.
Sarek, having failed at his investigation, will try to look around, see if there's an exit out of here.
All right. Give me an investigation roll.
17 on my investigation.
Laz?
Also a 17.
All right. Nan still sketching?
No, I think she'd actually try to look around this time, because Dreft has a point. She didn't voice her concerns in the moment, and therefore she feels a little responsible. So 19.
And Sarek.
He finds his left shoe because I rolled another 2.
As far as you're concerned, y'all are stuck here. The rest of you will find various tidbits of information. The thing that you will find that is most important out of that is a reference to the Evernight. It was a cube created by Tristan Stormbringer that would hold someone in infinite darkness. It would sever them from their power, and they would be in infinite darkness. What kept the Evernight strong was the 6 stones of the soul. But that was also what opened the Evernight. So in wisdom that they felt was the proper path, what was once called blood hunters separated the stones and sent them to a safe place, leaving only the box. You also find an account of the imprisonment of Lucius. The reason he was not executed is he's a demigod, and they did not have the power. Fearing that he would be able to free Vashka, they locked him in the chains of Everlife to let him rot, and sealed this crypt, if you will.
The book on whichever book that he finds the information on, Dreft will keep that book.
All right.
And it's Tristan Stormcaller, you said?
Yes.
I don't suppose there's any references to where the stones were put.
It just says they were placed in safekeeping in Glandamere.
Seeing we need to go to Glandamere.
Now I need everyone to roll an insight check now that you have information. And I want to apologize to my fans that are come here to see my hair. I'm sorry it's a ponytail. It's just too damn hot. My medicines make me susceptible to heat, and I'm just too damn hot. All right, insight checks. Dreft.
14.
Laz.
11.
Nan.
20.
And Sarek.
12.
It'll dawn on you, Nan. You're a creature of self-preservation. You're a creature of habit and notice and the marking of things in order. You had knolls, which are not from this area. You had a banana fish, which is not from this climate either, along with the tiefling. Could it be possible that something was beckoning to them?
Tyr, I think we just got raided by Diesel Shot.
Hey,
We did.
thanks,
Raiders.
Diesel Shot. Hey, thanks for the raid, guys. Woo.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you guys in a bit. Hope your stream was fun. Good. Was it change stars tonight? I'm sorry, guys. I gotta ask why they're doing change stars tonight.
Hey, Ref, put your mic down.
Hi, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that information,
No, wait a minute. Knolls aren't usually this far north. And that banana fish thing, you said that was from the warmer places too.
Yeah.
And that tieflin showed up. Was that box calling to them? Is it possible?
I mean,
Yeah.
who's?
Maybe. I've had a thought. You said something about the 6 gems needed to open the box. Well, I think we have an understanding of where our good Lucius may be headed to. Because doesn't he need them to open the box and let her free?
I mean, that's thought, yes. And we have a place to start looking for them. Maybe he doesn't know where they are yet. One can only hope we're lucky enough that he doesn't know where to start looking, has to
If,
exhaust resources.
if he is as old as he says he is, and if he is exactly who he says he is, then he might already know where to go. Do you know what I mean?
According to the account, though, he was in chains when they sent the stones away.
But he has been around for how do you say, a very long time?
You are correct. He was in stains when we locked him up. We separated the stones after.
Yeah, Laz spins around, sword at the ready.
You will see a small kobold come forward with a walking stick.
I was there when we locked him away.
Excuse me, but who the fuck are you?
I am Chanan, keeper of the secrets of the Bloodborne, the Bloodbought, the Blood Hunter, the blood, pretty much everything. If it has to do with blood, Chanan deals with it.
That's fun. So you were there. Then tell us. Where are they at?
All I know is Glandamir.
Only the High Master knew exactly where. He would have put that secret in his sword.
Where's the sword?
The Elk Riders have it.
All right, just a moment here. I know I'm just a little elf, but I'm sorry. How old are you?
I am 600 years old.
Kobolds
That
can
was where
live
I was going to
very
ask
long.
here.
I've never heard of a kobold living that long.
Most
It's the
kobolds
water.
eat.
What water?
The water from Wells Deep.
Sorry, I'm not from around here.
How are you getting the water from Wells Deep up here?
I go down and get it.
And while we're talking about things that don't make sense, she's gonna look at Laz. What was your name again?
Lazarian.
Lazarian. You keep talking about having been here before, but this place has been buried for 30 years. And from what the doctor said, it sounded like only people who belonged to this order were here before that.
Oh, I wasn't. I woke up here. I've been here for a while. I've been exploring. And then the archaeological dig showed up and started poking around. Well, I sort of showed them around a bit. They were the first people I had seen.
You woke up in a place that's been buried for decades.
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem strange to you?
I mean, bit, I guess. I have some flashes, but I don't really remember anything before I woke up.
Then back to you, little man. You said you go down to Wells Deep.
Yes,
How do you get in and out of here?
I take the stairs.
Could you show us? Could you show us the way out?
They're right over there.
I, how come I haven't seen you here before?
Because I have been hidden. Now that the chaos has come, it is time to be unhidden. And I guess it is you all that will tame the chaos or die trying. My money's on die trying.
Did you see how he got here? And she'll point at Laz.
He woke up here.
But did you see how he got here? Before
He was
woke up?
here.
So he was here before he woke up.
Yeah. And then he woke up.
But you didn't see how he got here in the first place.
He was here. This is very simple. I don't understand why we're going in circles.
When did he arrive here in the first place?
If I might, I'm sorry. I'm not a he exactly.
Oh, my apologies.
Prefer they.
They have been here.
My apologies, Laz. I didn't know.
It's fine. By the way, Laz is very androgynous.
So if I understand you right, he was here before you got here. Or the
No, I've been here. I've been here for centuries.
So they were here, and then they woke up.
Right.
And they got here while you were here.
Yes.
Were you here when Lucius was imprisoned?
I was. I was one of the people that helped lock the chains.
How did they capture him? Since he's a demigod?
There was a group of heroes, the likes of which we have never seen. They were a motley crew of rebel rousers. There was a dragonborn and a gnome and a couple of halflings. There was one halfling that has said that they could cleave a dwarf in two with one blow. They are the ones that captured Lucius. They were the founders of the Sword of Hope.
One of them being Akatosh, I am assuming.
Yes. How did you know their name?
I'm very smart and very observant. We were just in a library.
You read the journal.
He just shrugs.
Good on you taking initiative and reading, trying to find things out.
Well,
Hey,
I'm a scholar.
Tyr, I got a quick question.
Sure.
I don't remember what we decided pre-game. I know that I know about the secret room that the poisoner had in his closet.
Right.
Did I know about the secret room in the head of the order's chambers? I don't remember what we decided.
You had decided because there was a psychic maze that as soon as Laz entered into something like that, they would turn around and walk away.
Right, that's right. I forgot it was like. You said the sword is with the Elk Rider.
Yes.
Do you think that there is anything in the Master's chamber that might point us towards any?
I don't know. I've avoided the Master's chamber. It is the Master's chamber.
Yeah, there's a weird psychic thing there. Felt it push on my mind when I tried to enter it. I don't know if it'd be worth our time to go and look.
You said the stairs, old man. It's old kobold. Sorry. It's an expression I guess I've learned from being here. You said the stairs take you to Wells Deep. Do they take you anywhere else?
Well, no, the stairs take you out of here. It's the horses that take you to Wells Deep.
So there's no easy way of getting to where we possibly need to go.
Everybody always wants the easy way. Nothing worth doing is worth doing easily. It's supposed to be hard. That's why it's a challenge.
I suppose I'm just used to things being able to be teleported here and there, but
Everybody wants their teleportations and their entertainment crystals, and they bury their heads in these fancy hallucinate holograms, and they don't talk to each other anymore. So what's
Uh,
wrong with the world?
Yes, the superior man thinks always of victory. The common man thinks only of comfort.
Yeah, what he said.
And he's going to look towards the door.
We should get out of here regardless and then decide our next move. There's something just at the edge of my memory I can't quite... The Elk Riders, I have... It seems so familiar somehow. I don't know.
Look. I'm sorry, what was the kobold's name again?
Chisholm.
Say that again?
Chisholm.
Look, Chisholm. I understand that you think we're looking for the easy way, but we're really just looking to get out of here and not freeze to death. But you mentioned these Elk Riders and a sword we have to get from them. Could you tell me again about the sword?
Ah, the long tooth. It is a mighty blade. It is forged by the elves of the Emerald Forest and was bestowed upon good master for his service to the world as a blood hunter. That was back before they became the Blood Bought. That was back when they did what they did out of honor and pride before they went the other way. But they're getting just as good of results, so who am I to complain? Anyway, the blade, the thing that made it special is it had a memory stone. And that memory stone would record memories. So if there was anything that needed to be kept, it would have been kept in that blade. You're muted.
So do we need the whole blade or just the stone?
Well, it's all one thing. It would be hard to sell. You'd need a very, very, very master craftsman to remove the stone from the blade.
I see now. She takes out her little sketchbook again and her charcoal. Could you describe the blade to me? What it looks like?
It is a ivory handled. The cross guards are broad leaves, and the blade is a flamberge.
that's a pretty blade.
Nan's going to sketch it as he describes it and then hold it
Okay.
out to show him.
Give
Like
me a
this?
performance check.
Fair. Yeah. I caught it. It didn't hit the floor. I
Yay.
caught it. I almost didn't catch it that time, though. What are you? You're a 19. So, with a +2, that makes 21.
Yeah,
That looks pretty good.
All right. At least now we know what we're looking for.
the elk
So-
riders respect strength, so you may be able to get the blade from them that way. They also like to barter if you have something worth bartering for. Their chieftain is the one that holds the blade. But be wary. Do not insult their traditions. They have eaten more than one person who has. Or so I've been told.
Fun, we are dealing with savages.
Hmm.
You might not want to call them that when we meet them.
That's very fair. Very fair.
Savage by whose definition? I've met many a civilized person who's more savage than the savages you meet in the wild. So my good Chisholm, the stairs they go up, they go down, and they take us out to where? Because last I heard there was a giant nannerfish outside.
And the fish don't come this far north.
According to them, that ate one of our the guy who hired us to be here.
Oh, well. That's a hell of a pickle to be in.
Right
Because the only way out is through those steps. And they lead to the statue in the courtyard.
Right.
Good Chisholm.
Because
Do
of
you
course
mind
they
if
do.
we wait here for a little bit and recuperate a little bit? We have been, we accidentally unleashed a demigod today, so.
Sure. Just don't burn the books.
Of course not. We would never do such things.
Well, I'm going to head to Wells Deep. Y'all have a good time.
If you are able to do such things as being able to send messages to us, could you possibly tell us if there is something big and scary up there? On your way out, since you're taking it to Wells Deep.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 19.
I will be sending you a message if it is clear. And in return, you will make a trip to Wells Deep for me one day.
For you, Chisholm, anything.
They will take their cane and hobble out, hobbling them
No,
through the
they won't.
steps.
Sarek's going to go with him. Sarek cannot stand by and let this little old kobold go up the stairs and scout the giant nannerfish and not step in and help.
Sarek. Before you decide to go up these stairs, remember that we just took on a lot of scary things today? And this kobold seems to have managed to outlive many adventurous swords before it. If he seems to be this old, I think he can handle himself. Stay here and rest with us. We need to plan. You can't die now.
To see the right and not do it is cowardice.
There's no
I
such
cannot
thing as
stand-
cowardice when I think that this little thing has more than meets the eye.
And to underestimate those you see is foolish. If I needed help, I would ask for it. I am 600 years old. I don't need your help. Or am I 500? I don't know. It all blurs together after a while.
It's just a nanofish. What's the worst it could do?
Oh, that's so
Eat him.
interesting. Oh, I know how to handle dragons.
Nan is just going to shake her head and start talking to herself again, this time in that soft sing-song language like you'd heard earlier when she was casting. But in her voice, not the other voice, if that makes sense. Like she's having a back and forth conversation.
Farewell, good Chisholm. If you say you don't need our help, then I guess who am I to argue against you? Good luck and stay healthy and don't die.
He will nod and hobble away. He will snap. And when he does, sconces will light, giving a soft azure glow to the room. Bowls will appear before each of you with a deep, hearty stew.
rest, rest. It will be fine in the morning. It always is.
And he will leave.
Digging in, Dref will take no time to just sit down and just begin eating.
It is the best stew you have ever had.
With a soft sigh of defeat, Sarek will sit down and also eat his bowl of stew and take a rest.
Okay, so everybody that eats the stew, roll 2d10 for me. That 2d10 is temporary hit points you have added to your max number of hit points for the next 24 hours. You're also immune to poison and being frightened, and any wisdom throws or wisdom saves made are done so with advantage. And so you settle into rest. Are you setting guards or are you just resting? What are you doing?
How long do we plan on resting?
It was already evening time or nighttime when this all started, right?
Yep.
If we're gonna have to travel and whatnot, should we not go ahead and sleep and be as rested as we can?
Yes, but there were others upstairs in the cold when the nanafish and the gnolls attacked.
My dear Sarek, I hate to be the person that's going to be the one that's desensitized to all of this, but it's very possible that your friends and anyone else that we have met on this dig site are very much dead at this point. It's a cold truth, even colder considering where we are, but that is the facts of the matter. And as noble as it is to be concerned about the lives of others, it seems that we have been chosen by fate, destiny, or some dice throw of the gods that we are now in charge of saving the world. And anyone that is caught in our way as either fodder for the pile or victims that must be avenged.
Yes, but to save the world, we must start somewhere. And those are people we know. At the very least, there may be some still alive. To give up all hope, I cannot do. We must take a short rest, but I would like to go up at least see if we can't rescue or see if anyone's still alive upstairs.
1 hour and then we take the stairs to find some. I will agree to this as much as I would love to just sit here and sleep and take out my bedroll and everything like that. I will appeal to your, how do you say, good guy nature.
And since we'll know how to get back down here, though, we should be able to bring anyone we do find down here for a rest tonight.
I suppose. It's I'm sure you've already noticed it's not exactly my nature to get involved. Yes, damn it, I heard what he said.
Who are you talking to, Nan?
Oh, no one.
No one.
Is that their name? No one? That's a very weird name for a person.
I don't know what you're all talking about at this point. You're not making any sense. I'm just gonna go sit back down.
And so you'll take another short rest. Please go ahead and mark it on your sheets. I know the warlocks are very excited to have short rests.
I normally I would be. I haven't cast any spells and I've used all my hit dice. So, does me no good. Yay!
After the hour, you ascend, seeing a sign of carnage, a bloodbath. There are no survivors. There are no gnolls, There are no banana fish. There is nothing but the stench of death and the cold Arctic winds beating at you as the blizzard continues.
Did I get a message in that hour that it was safe to come up?
Not yet.
Okay.
Look, let's get our things and go
Mhm.
down and get a proper rest. We got a long way to go, and there's
And we're not
nothing we can
moving
do
this.
for them.
And we're not moving in this blizzard anyway. So yes. And Sarek will go to his tent, gather his things, and head back down.
All right. It's at this time, Drift, that you will get a voice in your head. It's all clear, Sonny.
And just smile and shake his head.
And so you settle in for a long rest. Exhaustion taking you. You will all slumber.
Well,
It-
technically,
You will all rest.
rest. Yes.
Air quotes. And this is where we end for this evening. This is a good place to hit pause, as there are others to be brought in later on and stuff. So this is a good place. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for coming back to play at my table. I don't feel worthy of you, but thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone that came to watch. I'm not on my game because I'm dealing with some personal issues. So thank you for hanging out, even though it wasn't my best performance. Let's remind people who we are, where they can find us, and let's get the hell out of here.
Greetings, gamers. I've been Sarek the Blade, your giant, rather philosophical dragonborn, and I can be found at BLK Dragon 13,000.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley. I was the voice of Nan, the very reluctant cartographer who really wants everyone to just believe that's all she is. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi, gamers. I'm still a lot Clark, and I have been your androgynous. Doesn't remember how they got here, but is very familiar with this place. Lazarian, and you can find me on the Book of Faces, the Twitter patients at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Patrick, and tonight I was the voice of Draft Fighterkin, the Umberkin archaeologist, and you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
Guys, it is, and gals and non-binary pals, it's a hell of a time right now. It's dark and it's worrisome, and a lot of people are hurting. But remember, you're not alone. Remember that we love you and others love you. And with love and inclusion, these are the torches that light a path to a better tomorrow. So come join us and be torchbearers. Until then, I am Tier the DM, the world's okayest DM. And you can find me on Twitter at Tier_the_DM. Stay strong. And until next time, live a life to make yourself proud. We love you guys.